episode concerning the course GNS 222, which is land use and agriculture. So today we have some topics to cover. Today, land use. So today we should be able to cover health and diseases. We should be able to cover types of diseases. Yes, we should cover establishment of diseases. We need to cover types of disease, and then causes of disease. And then we can also have deficiency disease. Don't worry, I think we should be able to cover them. Deficiency disease, and then disease control measure. Disease control measure. If time permits us, we should be able to look at Nigerian Land Use Act, and then land tenure system. As in land ownership. Now we start from the first one. So I think at the end of this, we'll be able to know all these health and diseases and these ones that are here. Now we'll start from the first one, health and diseases. Now, if you're talking about health in farm animals, health refers to the complete state of well-being of a particular farm animal. That is the state in which disease is absent, the state in which no underlying sickness is recorded. That is health. Now, if you're talking about disease refers to the deficiency caused as a result of sickness or illness in the body of farm animals, probably due to some causative organisms outside or inside the environment of that animal. For instance, the animal is healthy, going around, playing around, eating at the right time, drinking water at the right time, giving birth to the young ones at the right time. We can consider that animal as an healthy animal. But when it comes to the stage whereby you need to administer drugs, you need to start taking care of the farm animal, you can say that the animal is actually suffering from a particular illness. Now we go to the next one, which is establishment of disease. For if you are talking about establishment of disease, for disease to occur, there are three things that actually bring about disease, the occurrence of disease. That is establishment of disease. So if you are talking about establishment, there are three things. We have the first one, the exciting factor. We have the contributory factor. We have the predisposing factor. Now let's quickly run through everything. Now you're talking about exciting factor. Exciting factor refers to the causative organism of the disease. That is, this particular disease we are talking about, there is a foundation causes, like there is a particular organism that brings rise, that causes that disease. For instance, if you are talking about malaria, there is a particular organism that is responsible for malaria. And that, for instance, if you are talking about malaria, we have the plasmodium, not mosquito. We have the plasmodium. So if you are also talking about all these diseases, we can have bird flu. For instance, in birds, we have bird flus. There is a particular organism that causes this disease. It might be It might be virus, it might be bacteria, it might be any other thing. So that is the organism that causes the disease, that is the causative organism. Causative organism is what this exerting factor is all about. Now, if I'm talking about contributing factor refers to the organisms or vectors that helps to transfer this disease from an infected host to an uninfected host. Infected host, animals with an underlying sickness with disease. Uninfected host, animal that is healthy. For instance, malaria. You have mosquito that helps to what? To transfer, for instance, from an infected person, to an uninfected person. Do you get it like that? Also, we can have all these virus, an infected animal. There are like 50 birds in the environment. One is infected. That one can actually infect other animals. It might be flies, just flies that will just go and touch the bird that is infected. Pick something in the body of the one that is infected. Go to another bird and drop it inside the body of or let me say on the body of that other bird. The other bird will be infected. So that fly is is a contributory factor. That helps to act as vector. Now we put the next one, the predisposing factor. Predisposing factor refers to the stage, the immunity of that animal. A animal that is not being taken care of will be exposed to disease. For instance, now we are supposed to feed this animal at the right time. They are supposed to eat in the morning, in the afternoon, and the night. But instead of you feeding them, you were unable to give them feed at the right time. That animal will be exposed to Will be exposed to sickness. That is the immunity factor. Immunity refers to to how much a body can counter disease. So if an animal is being taken care of, the tendency of having a sickness or disease will be very low. Now we'll go to the next one, types of diseases. Now permit me to use this other side of this water. We're talking about types of disease. There are like five types of disease. We're talking about there are like 5 types of disease. Now we'll pick the first one, types of disease. Types of diseases. We have the venereal disease. Venereal disease, we have the infectious disease. We have contagious disease. We have congenital disease. Congenital disease, and we have the non-infectious disease. Now let's explain the first one. We are talking about venereal disease. Venereal disease refers to the disease that occurs through mating. That is through sexual contact. Animals that has a particular disease they can mate with each other, then get a particular disease from an infected animal. Infectious disease, these are diseases that are transferred mainly from infected host to an uninfected host. When somebody is infected, for instance, they tell you, this person is infected, for instance, infected with COVID-19. So this disease can be transferred from from that infected host to somebody that does not even have any symptoms of that COVID-19. That is infectious disease. Whereas there are some diseases that you can have it, and for instance, malaria. It is not infectious, because if you have malaria now, it's not as if you touch the person, you will develop malaria. No. Now the next one is contagious disease. These are diseases that can be spread either through contact. Do we get it? Through contact. Congenital disease, these are diseases that can be contacted through pregnancy, from mother to offspring. Through pregnancy, they will tell you that a mother can pass HIV to the offspring. So venereal disease, mating. Infectious disease, it is through infected host. Contagious disease, through contact, through pregnancy. Now, if you're talking about the last one, which is non-infectious, that is, this one deals with, for instance, issue of malnutrition. When you don't feed your organisms very well, they can develop sickness, they can develop diseases, or lack of minerals. That is malnutrition. Malnutrition or mineral deficiency. Malnutrition or mineral deficiency. Now let's go to the next one, causes of disease. If you're talking about the causes of disease, we have 4 to 5 causes of disease, but I would like to quickly mention them. Now, causes of disease. Causes of disease. Causes of disease. We have pathogenic microorganism. We have metazoans. We have arthropods. We have poisons and toxins. Now, pathogenic microorganisms. This causes disease. These are organisms that cause like this very small organism that you cannot see with your eyes. For instance, the virus, the bacteria, they are pathogenic microorganisms. They have the ability to cause disease in the body of a farm animal. The next one is metazoans. Metazoans, these are known as endoparasites. The worms, the true parasite, the worms. Endoparasite in the sense that they stay inside the body of an organism. Worm, for instance, we can have tapeworm. We can have what? We can have tapeworm. We can have flukes or something like that. These ones, for instance, in the body of pigs, you have tapeworms there. They cause disease in the body of that pig. So if someone now go on to feed on that pig, the person can be infected. So metazoans, we have the what? The ailments, the worms. The worms. This one, the virus, bacteria, etc. And we have the next one. We have the arthropods. We are talking about the arthropods. This refers to insects that can cause a particular disease. We have what? Mice. We have ticks. These ticks, if you watch the body of dogs, there are some organisms, there are small organisms, they are called ticks. They are capable of sucking blood. And once they keep on sucking blood, the body, the function of that animal keeps reducing. Ticks, insects. Now we have the next one, poisons and toxins. We are talking about poisons. Poisons are non-biological agents. Non-biological agents. While toxins are biological agents. I will explain. Biological agents. Now, non-biological agents in a sense that I said non-biological, that is, they can be derived through chemicals. From what? From pesticides, herbicides. That is what? Poisons. Mixing of chemicals together. Poisons. Toxins, biological agents, life agents, organic agents. In a sense that the waste product from animal, from man, can actually act as what? Toxic substances to all these animals. Thereby, they can cause disease. For instance, urine. You see some animals, they will go on and start leaking urine, thinking it is water. It will cause another bad effect in their body. All these physics that we used to excrete, some of the animals will keep on eating it. It will cause disease in their body. We are going to look at the next outline. The next outline here is deficiency disease. If we are going to talk about deficiency disease refers to the disease that occurs as a result of low mineral intake. Low element intake. Deficiency disease occur as a result of what? Low mineral intake. There are two types. It can either be the true deficiency or the controlled deficiency. If you are talking about true deficiency, it means this type of deficiency disease is not as if the minerals are not it is just that there is a particular mineral that did not complete the other minerals that are present in the food of that organism. For instance, the food that is supposed to be given to the poultry bird is supposed to contain calcium, phosphorus, and then magnesium. So it now lacks in one. For instance, there is no calcium inside. It can actually cause deficiency. And the type of deficiency is true deficiency. But if you're talking about control deficiency, it is not as if all these things are not present. All the elements, all the nutrients are present. But inside the body of that organism, there is something that is affecting the body of that organism that did not allow all these elements or nutrients to go directly to where it's supposed to function. For instance, there are some animals that they are goitrogenic. They have goiter for instance, goiter here. So once these elements are going, it will not be able to go through. For instance, calcium will not be able to go into the body and circulate. It will just stop here, while others will be able to go. It will cause deficiency disease. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Now, under this deficiency disease, we have something called elements. These elements they are what required in large quantity or smaller quantity. There are two types. We have the macro element and we have the micro element. Macro elements are needed in high quantity. Micro are needed in smaller quantity. When you are talking about the macro element examples, we have the calcium, we have the phosphorus, and if you are talking about all these micro, you can talk about the iodine, the iron, copper, etc. It is like that. So functions of this element is just that it helps in what? Catalyzing, that is, speeds up the rate of chemical reaction. It helps in solidification of bones. They will tell you go and take calcium so that your bone will be what? Strong. If you give your farm animal calcium, they will have strong bone. They will not develop what? Sickness easily. So I think we have the next one here, which is disease control measure. Now let's talk about disease control measure. How we can control diseases. If you are talking about disease control measure, there are two major ways in controlling diseases. The first one, we have good husbandry. And the second one, we have disease prevention method. Disease prevention. That is, let me quickly explain that. I'm talking about this now. Now, if you're talking about good husbandry refers to the what? Taking care of your animals, giving them the feed at the right time. When you take care of your animals, give them feeds at the right time, you try to mobilize them to stay indoor or where they are supposed to stay. They will not develop disease. The next one is disease prevention. This one is applicable when disease is inevitable. When you have actually recorded one out of the animals that has actually developed a disease. What you need to do here is just that you need to perform some things. For instance, number one, you can perform separation. Separate them. Out of 50, one is what? One has been infected. Separate one out of the 50 so that it will not infect the others. The second one, we have what? Vaccination. Let me say it back. We have vaccination. That is, this ones, you notice that all your farm animals have been infected. You need to vaccinate them to prevent and the reoccurrence of that disease again. We have another one. We have vaccination. We have quarantine. Quarantine in the sense that you put them in isolation, self-isolation for 14 days. For instance, the one that we are doing now, we ask you to stay at your home for like 14 to 15 days. We actually we are practicing quarantine. So all these things can help control disease. Now, I think we are able to cover much from here. We are only left with Nigerian Landuse Act land tenure system, which is a topic on its own. So next episode we will do justice to them. Do well to like and subscribe on this YouTube channel and enable to drop your comments so that we can improve ourselves. Thank you.